Yes. I don't know if I'm the only Church of England-y person here. It's been absolutely wonderful hearing music from different cultures, faiths, countries. Makes me feel frightfully English. And the Church of England has been sublime on occasions, and on other occasions terribly restrictive and narrow. My music is more like folk music than church music, I think. And I want to start with one that doesn't have religious content. It's about the climate, how we need a climate that peace can grow in, and also that we can grow in. The climate of Earth determines our lives, deciding what grows, deciding what thrives, the heat and the cold, the sun and the rain, are why some things fade and others remain. A climate for peace is what we desire, in which every heart can learn to aspire, to build on the past and all that we know. A climate for peace in which we can grow. The climate can change for better or worse, can mean life or death, be blessing or curse. And now we must learn from nature's own laws that we are at risk and we are the cause. A climate for peace is what we desire, to which every heart can learn to aspire, to build on the past and all that we know. A climate for peace in which we can grow. The climate for life is one we can choose. United we win, divided we lose. We've learned to compete, now we must combine. So reach out your hand, I'll meet it with mine. A climate for peace is what we desire, to which every heart can learn to aspire, to build on the past and all that we know. A climate for peace in which we can grow. A climate for peace in which we can grow. Thank you. I'd like to do two short songs which were both written by ministers in Christian churches. The first one is from Christopher Idle, who's been a priest in London for many, many years, and always a great man of peace. He turns 80 this year. When he was a young man, he was called up for military service, and he felt that because of his faith, he could not bear arms. And he was a conscientious objector. And this is just a short, very simple hymn. He wrote it to be accessible to children to sing, and it starts with Jesus saying, "Peace be with you," and then it embraces everybody else. Peace be with you, Jesus said. He's alive who once was dead, bringing peace to all his friends, bringing peace to all his friends, peace that lasts
And I'd like to follow that with, thank you. I also got to know, make a friend of somebody in one of the other English churches, the Congregational Church, who went to be a lay preacher in various chapels. And he would often find that if he was going to speak on a particular subject, he would write some verses, and then they could sing them when he got there. And I wrote this tune for his, some words of his that say, "Heaven is not up above, down below, or far away. God is with us now, and can fill our lives with hope and faith." So this is by Colin Ferguson with my tune, "Heaven is not up above." A friend called David actually phoned this morning, didn't he? To say that he was coming here too. And for this last song that I'm going to do, he's going to improvise with flute. I wrote this song almost 20 years ago, and it says, "We will put one foot in front of the other on the road to peace." I later found out that one of the famous things that Gandhi actually said was, "There is no road to peace. Peace is the road." And I take that on board. Yes, I agree, yes. But it's often a long process. And in that sense, building peace goes on and on and on. Sometimes in particular situations, yes, you have to start by making peace and ending violence, but the building of real peace and trust between people is a long process. So I hope Gandhi won't mind if I sing Road to Peace. It's a fairly simple song, so if you like to sing along, it repeats itself. There are two versions of this. I sang "With God's Help We Shall Arrive" at peace, and then I was singing it with people who wanted a totally secular occasion, and I sang "Together We Shall Arrive." And I don't mind which you sing, but the outline of the tune is, "We will put one foot in front of the other on the road to peace, on the road to peace. We will put one foot in front of the other, and with God's help we shall arrive." And it's almost like a satire of a military march, I think. So. And each verse has a new line. "We will walk in hope and care for each other. We will learn to trust and learn to be trusted." So here's Road to Peace. And do feel free to join in if you are so inclined. We will put one foot in front of the other on the road to peace, on the road to peace. We will put one foot in front of the other, and with God's help we shall arrive. We will walk in hope and care for each other on the road to peace, on the road to peace. We will walk in hope and care for each other, and with God's help we shall arrive.
to trust